this. So, but I can talk really loudly. So first of all, thank you all for coming out. Thank you. I saw many of you at the Mel Watts thing this morning. It's so important that we don't lose sight of the fact that the Democrats need to be held as responsible and accountable as the Republicans. You happen to have a fairly good one here, but he needs to move on the issue of impeachment. Okay? I don't know what is holding them back. Okay? John Conyers wrote the book on impeachment last year. He wrote a 216-page book outlining the crimes of the Bush administration. The last time I saw him, I said, Congressman, have they all of a sudden become innocent? No, they've committed more crimes. You know, this commuting Scooter Libby's sentence, I believe, is treason.
Amen.
Because what it was a cover-up about the lies that led to the war. And somebody asked me today, I think it was Chris Matthews on Harbaugh. He said, why do you think Bush commuted Scooter Libby's sentence? I said, because Scooter knows where all the skeletons are buried. It's obvious. It's obvious he's knee deep in this. He's the founder and writer of Project for a New American Century, Scooter Libby. So he's knee deep in what's going on. So I believe that was an act of treason. The Constitution, Article 2, Section 4, says a vice president and president shall be impeached for treason, for bribery, and for other high crimes and misdemeanors. And if these people haven't committed all of those crimes, I don't know who has. They have defiled our Constitution. And if Congress doesn't use its constitutional power to right these injustices, to rein in George Bush and Dick Cheney, Bushcoat, I call them, then we might as well just shred the Constitution. It will become irrelevant. George Bush is trying to make it irrelevant. You know what he called it? He called it a G-damned old piece of paper. Gonzalez called the Geneva Conventions quaint. George Bush called the FISA law, that old law, that was back in 1978. You know, George Bush is supposed to be a Christian. He doesn't even follow the 10 Commandments. You know, Commandment 5, thou shalt not kill. It doesn't say thou shalt not kill except if we want your oil. It says thou shalt not kill, period. So these things are so clear to me. And I think what we're doing from Texas to D.C. is getting a people's movement for accountability. Because I hate to tell you this, but I said before, if the Democrats dig too deep, they might dig some skeletons out of their own graves. And that's why Richard Nixon, not one article of impeachment against Nixon mentioned Vietnam or the illegal bombing of Cambodia and Laos. Because war is institutionalized and ingrained in our society. And unless we impeach George Bush and Dick Cheney, and unless they go to prison for war crimes, we'll never stop this. I want to stop it for these young people who are here. I want to stop it. I want to stop it for my future grandchildren. And it has to end now because it didn't end in the 60s and 70s. So we have to be vigilant. We have to have a people's movement. We have to have a groundswell of challenging the two-party system that is basically corrupt and keeps us locked in these wars of aggression, wars of imperialism. And this is the time to do it. So thank you all for coming out. I just am so honored that you all have been here. Thank you.